Yes, Parizad, we can start the session now.
Yeah, Himali, just give me a minute, please.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, all right. I'll just share the presentation with you. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
yeah, it's visible.
It's visible? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, hi everyone. My name is Parizad Mistry and I represent Excelia. Excelia is basically a multidisciplinary school, and I just wanted to provide with a refreshers training session just so that if at all there are any changes in the fees, in the program structures, etc., that you all are aware of the same. So I am just going to make a quick presentation on the school and the programs that we offer, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you all may have. So, like I said, we are a multidisciplinary school with 4 campuses in Paris, Tours, uh, Orléans, and La Rochelle. One second, just presentation mode. Yeah. Uh, Sorry, something. It's just a moment, please. Sorry about that. So, Himali.
Yes,
Okay, I
Parizad.
guess no, I figured. I wanted to just get rid of that thumbnail. I couldn't figure out how to do that. All
Mm,
good. No, it's fine. It's good.
it's
It's
good,
good.
no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
Yes. So we have 4 campuses: La Rochelle, Tours, Orléans, and Paris. And we have courses that are offered in different streams, such as business, tourism, digital academy, executive education. We mainly promote the business and the tourism schools over here in India because those are the Anglophone programs that are offered at the school at the moment. In terms of the rankings, we are in the top 10 in France at the moment, and there are only about 16 triply accredited schools, and Excelia is one of those schools in France at the moment. We possess all the necessary accreditations for a business school as well as for a tourism school, and we are also offering courses in French, learning French as a foreign language. So we are also Center for FLE. FLE is in French, Français Langue Étrangère. So we have the necessary classes that are offered to international students, and we can also enroll students to learn French as a language. For recognition and rankings, like I said, we have the Triple Crown. We are now state certified as Grahata Master, which is important for students to have an APS visa. Some of our programs also have the RNCP Level 7 certification. We hold the second place in Le Point 2023, which is basically a magazine that is wherein we have been ranked as the second for post high school master qualifications. And most importantly, our Masters in Management program is at the 33rd position as per the Financial Times. The latest rankings, when I say latest, they are last year's rankings, obviously, because the rankings have not yet been released this year. So we are the 54th best European school and the 11th best French business school in the moment. These are our partner universities. We have Université Angers, ULCO, Poitiers École Universitaire de Management. These are basically our partner schools for those programs wherein we have double diplomas and dual degree courses. They are in collaboration with these public schools. Some key figures that I would just like to share with you. We hold the title of Welcome to France, which is a title, Bienvenue en France is Welcome to France, which is a title that has been given to us by Campus France. And it is awarded to schools who are recruiting more and more international students and who have a very international approach and programs that are offered more importantly in English. 25% of our students are international with 80 different nationalities, and we have around 210 academic partners across 51 countries. Now, these academic partners are mostly important when we have programs like BBA International or any other program wherein there is a semester exchange or a study exchange or an expatriation that is to be done by the students abroad. They have a plethora of opportunities and options possible. 55% of our professors are international, and there are 500 professional lecturers also who are experts in their fields. Speaking of the programs that we offer, we have a BBA International program wherein two-thirds of the studies are offered in management and one-third is focused on geopolitics. There is only one intake, which is in September. The program is for 4 years and it is offered completely in English. The format is, of course, it's a full-time program. And like I said, international partners, there are 70 partners over here across 30 different countries for just this particular program. So this is the format, the layout of the program, just for your knowledge. We have 4 years. We have total of 8 semesters. So basically the first year, in the first semester, they will have a classic track. That means they will study in school. They will also have a learning expedition during the course of the second semester. That means there will be a trip or something that they will make somewhere within Europe itself. And they will also have their regular classes. In the second year, again, the entire year goes through classes. The third year, they have different options. There is the classic track wherein the entire third year, they will be studying at one of our partner universities, wherever they choose to go, whether that is in Europe or outside of Europe. Or they can choose an internship track, which is lessons plus company, but that is available only at our Paris campus. This program is otherwise offered at 2 campuses, which is at La Rochelle and in Paris. And the fourth year, there will be studies in the first semester, and in the second semester, they will be completing their mandatory internship. If they choose the internship track, they will have lessons. So that is 1 week of studies at the school and 3 weeks at the company of doing their job. Plus, they will have a professional dissertation thesis to write. The fees for the program are 12,400 euros for each year. It's a little, it's a little on the higher side, but the quality of the program is also very good. And it is a very, very well-ranked program, very well placed. And our students who have graduated from Excelia from this program are very happy and are doing really well. So in case you need an alumni or somebody who wants to talk about, whom you want to talk about this program or something, then feel free to reach out to me and I can more than gladly arrange for such a meeting or a call. There is an application fee normally that we charge of 50 euros to all students, but for joining campus, that has been waived off. Next, a bachelor's in tourism and hospitality, which is a 3-year program. Once again, we have a September intake for this program offered completely in English. This is now opening up at our Paris campus, and it already existed in the La Rochelle campus. So I think tourism, Paris being the capital, made more sense strategically to attract an international crowd. So we would be more than happy to fill in the batch in Paris, for this particular program. Furthermore, we have many specializations that are offered, such as tourism and leisure, tourism and digital technology, sports tourism, tourism and travel management, hospitality, HR management, events organization, etc. More importantly, what you will notice is that Excelia Tourism School is the only school in France to have the TED-Qual certification in all over France. No other school has this certification, and this recognition is given by the United Nations World Tourism Organization. Moving on to the bachelor's, moving on to the program structure of the same program. The first semester has studies typically, and the second semester they will also be doing their studies. But apart from that, they will also be focusing on Klima Site, is basically a climate-based project that the students usually work on. The second year, they will have two options. Either they go for a classic track, wherein the first semester will be at school and second will be an academic expatriation, or they choose an international double qualification, and throughout the year, they will be at one of our partner universities doing their academic expatriation. The third year, there are three options. One is the classic track, which means they will be doing their studies at Excelia. The second option is the international track, which means the first semester is studying at Excelia, and the second semester will either be an academic expatriation or they could be doing a Disney College program. This is basically a program wherein students, if they have to apply, and if they are selected for this program, they can basically go to the United States and study at the Disney school and do their internships at one of the Walt Disney parks in the US. So this particular track, they have the possibility of being completely in US for those 6 months. And there is a slightly additional fee that is charged for this. However, the student has to be selected for this program also if they wish to apply for it. And there is a double qualification track wherein they have studies in the first semester, which is more focusing on business studies, and in the second semester, they will be focused on tourism studies. And of course, everything has mandatory internships in between the gap between April to September, because usually the first semester begins from September, ends in December, second begins in Jan, ends by March or April. So there is obviously a gap period between every year that they get promoted to, from April to August, and that period is filled in either by doing an internship, or they have group work, or they have some consultancy project to work on. So there are many activities that take place continuously. That means they are never really free. They always have to be doing something. It is possible for students to get admissions in any year of the program, which means they can do their 12+1 in India and then go for years 2 and 3 of the program, or finish their 12+2 and so on. So basically the fees depends on the year in which they get their admission. If they are starting right from year 1 of the program, the fees will remain the same and they will be at 9,200 euros. If they start at year 2, they will be at 9,350. And if they are only getting into year 3, then the fees are 9,750. But if they start from year 1, through all 3 years, the fees will remain at 9,200 euros. If that is not clear to you, please feel free to ask me on this once I finish the presentation. Masters in Management is the next program, which is a typical program offered by most schools. We have again 2 campuses where it's offered, La Rochelle and Paris. The intake is only available in September. And as mentioned to you, we are ranked as the 33rd best school in the globe, or all over the globe. So not just in France, all over the globe. So that is basically portraying the quality of the pedagogy that is offered at the school. It's a fairly simple program. The international track, however, will not be valid over here in this case. Please ignore that. Also, year 4 and 5 is for those who have started their bachelor's and are doing their master's at Excelia. So that is why it's year 4 and 5. However, for those students who are completing their graduation in India and then going to France for their studies, it's year 1 and 2. And they will be doing the classic track, which means they will have lessons throughout the first 2 semesters. In the second in the second year also, they will be having their classes. And from January, February, they will have classes for about a month or 2. And then they will be proceeding to complete their internship of 6 months. In addition to this, there is always a professional thesis to be written, whether it is a bachelor's program or a master's. A thesis and internship are both always mandatory for all programs for students to validate and get all the credits for those programs. The specializations that Excelia is currently offering are international business management, international corporate finance, digital marketing and customer experience design, brand management, supply chain, global luxury, and sustainable finance. These are the 6 or 7 specializations that we are offering at the moment. And basically, this program is a dual degree program, which means the first year is generic. They will study all management related subjects and get a 360-degree view. And in the second year, they will do a specialization. They will do their specialization. So they get an MIM plus MSc. The fees for this program are 15,100 euros for 2 years. That means 30,200 euros for 2 years, which comes to around 13 to 13.5 lakhs a year. Sorry, my screen is stuck. Okay, moving on to MSc. Basically, that is also a 2-year program. And depending on the specialization that you choose, it will be either at La Rochelle, Paris, or Tours. The program is offered completely in English as well. And as you can see, we also have AQUIS, AACSB, and the RNCP Level 7 certification that has been awarded to this program. The only difference, so MSc programs are also now 2 years long. We do not offer any 15-month long programs. The only difference between MIM and MSc is that in MSc, the focus, let's say if student is choosing supply chain, the focus will only be on supply chain through and through. So the first year, they will do 1/3 of supply chain related subjects and 2/3 of generic management subjects. And it will be in reverse in the second year of the program. That means they will have 2/3 of supply chain related subjects in year 2 and 1/3 of basic common subjects like leadership, Excel, research methods, and topics like that will be common to other management related programs. The fees for 2 years are 25,800 euros, and it is possible to get an admission only for year 1 of the program also, year 2 of the program also. But there are certain conditions and criteria that a student would have to satisfy to be able to be eligible for directly entry into second year, which means they need to have at least 3 years of relevant work experience. And then according to their profile, we can figure that out. But it is better if a student goes for 2 years of MSc program rather than 1 year, because if they are doing it in 1 year, they are literally just spending around 7 months or so in the school, and then the rest of the period is spent in internships. So, yeah, that is the only thing. For accommodation also, the school has partnerships with various student residences. We have signed up new partnerships also. So once the student gets admission, they have to start with their campus trans visa process. And once they have applied for their visa, in my opinion, they should really start looking for accommodation, because otherwise everything fills up very quickly. All the good places are gone. So the school, of course, definitely guides them and helps them out in terms of finding an accommodation as well. So I can put them in touch with somebody from the school who will in turn help them out. These are my coordinates, which I think you all might have. So, yeah, that's about it from the presentation point of view. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, we have a doubt regarding the study year gap for UG and PG.
Okay.
What about the study year gap, 2 years or 3 years?
You mean if there is a gap, or do they want a gap between 2 years of the MSc master's program?
For UG after +2?
I'm sorry, I don't get your question. What is your question?
Study year gap after +2.
Okay.
I think he's asking that if student is having gap after 12th, means before starting for bachelor's, then how
Before starting his bachelor's program. I thought he meant at Excelia, is there a possibility to get a study year, gap year? Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what they've been doing in the gap year. If they are doing absolutely nothing, then it would be a little difficult for the school also to consider such students for an admission. If they have been working, then it's fine, it's all right. We accept students with gaps. Somebody has asked if there is any age limit for bachelors. There is no age limit as such. But even for master's programs, it is better if the student is under 30 years of age, because otherwise finding an internship for them is going to be a pain. It's very difficult to find an internship after 30. So the sooner they apply, the better. Please repeat the PG. Somebody has written, repeat the PG admission requirements. They need to be a graduate and clear this interview. Those are the requirements. Apart from a certain list of documents that is required, CV, SOP, letter of recommendation, work experience letter if they have any work experience, their transcripts, of course. I mean, these are just documentation wise, these are the requirements, but so to speak, if you're a graduate, you can apply. Anybody who's a graduate can apply for a master's program. English proficiency requirements for students coming from Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, etc. It's B1 level or B2 level. I think it's B2, sorry. It's a B2 level in English that is required. And otherwise, well, for Indians, it's not mandatory to give an IELTS or any such exam. Anything else? You're welcome.
Questions you can just write in the chat box, so please unmute yourself. Parizad, can you repeat about the tuition fees and the deposits thing for all the programs?
Tuition fees. Well, the fees are different for every program. For BBA, it's
I
12,000.
mean, okay, so you can just mention roughly, from where it will be starting.
So, for BBA, the fees are 12,400 euros every year. For MIM, it's 15,100 euros. For MSc, it's 25,800 euros for 2 years. Those are the fees. Sorry, what was the other question, Himali?
Initial deposits
Initial deposit is 5,000 euros, which is 4.5
for all the
lakhs.
programs, right?
For any and every program, yes.
Okay.
The initial payment is a little high, but then it's to secure and ensure that the student is very well confirming their admission with us.
And also, you can mention them that they will be getting the preliminary call from your side. And after checking the
Okay.
eligibility only, we can proceed for the
Yes.
application.
Yes, that
Yes.
yes. So once Himali shares the profile with me, basically I contact the student because their numbers are mentioned in their CV, and I just want to understand what their communication skills are like, whether or not they even manage to speak a word of English, because we all know agents prepare the SOP, everything is done by the agent, and the student is sometimes blissfully unaware of the school where they have been, where the agent has been applying at. So I've had many such students who are incapable of answering such questions. So I would really like for them, if at all you are applying to Excelia, like please make sure that they are made aware that they are expected to prepare a little bit for this preliminary call that I conduct with them, wherein I would like for them to know something about Excelia, something about why they want to study in France. And just because these are questions that would be asked to them by campus trans or by any interviewer at the school also. So they need to understand the basic requirements and prepare themselves accordingly. And if they clear this call, we can proceed with their application. If they do not clear this call, we will drop the application there itself. One second, there are some people who, how much gap? Sorry, how much gap will be accepted? Well, there is no limit as such. It's very difficult to answer that question. There is no limit as such that has been defined by either the French government or the school. Slide of accommodation. Well, accommodation, I'm just anyways going to share the presentation with Himali, so you can go through it. As far as the accommodation is concerned, it's the school that can help them out, get in touch with the different accommodation portals and find the necessary best options available. The actual cost rent can be anywhere between 500 to 1,000 euros, depending on where the student wants to live and in what kind of accommodations. If they choose to live in a studio, it would be 800 euros. If they choose to live in a shared flat, it would be much cheaper. Besides, there is CAF. They get a monthly rent allowance of 1/3 of the rent amount by the French government. So there is that option also that is available. The admission requirement to get admission in second or third year bachelor degree directly is basically that they finish their 12+1 or 12+2 in India. Simple. Initial fee deposit for MSc or bachelor's is 5,000 euros, like I said. Anyone else?
Parizad, any options?
Sorry?
Any options for scholarships?
Yes, for scholarships, we either offer a 5% early bird fee reduction, or we offer a 2,000 euros merit-based scholarship. And the merit-based scholarship is basically depends on the interview at the school, uh, their academics, their extracurricular activities, if they've represented their school or something, or played at a district level some sport, then we can consider them for a merit-based scholarship, and that is 2,000 euros waived off the first year tuition fees. That is 1,80,000 rupees, more or less. Please explain about top-up program for bachelors. What are top-up programs? You mean masters? Raihana Sihan.
Ma'am, entry into second or third year of bachelor's, you said it, no?
Yeah, so I said 12+1 or 12+2.
So what is this one? Is it a diploma program, or it is necessary to have a 3 year diploma like poly?
It's not a diploma program that we are offering. We are offering our regular bachelors. But if they have completed their 12+1 or 12+2 over here, then they can get admission into the bachelor's BBA International or bachelor's in tourism program. That is what I meant to say.
Okay, okay.
If a student completes 10+3 diploma, then the student will enter second year bachelor's. What is 10+3? Wow, I am learning new things. What diploma is
So
this,
Parizad, he
Murthy?
means after 10th, student had done 3 years of diploma
In what?
in any engineering specialization.
Well, if it's okay with Campus France, we are okay with anything. To be honest, I don't know how to. I mean, diploma usually, if Campus France recognizes it as an equivalent to higher secondary education, then sure, we can accept
Yeah,
it. That
yeah, they
happens
do
for
recognize
tourism.
it.
That happens for tourism sometimes. They have engineering, but then from engineering, what do they want to do? Do they want to do tourism from engineering, like or a BBA International then? So sure, if Campus Trans is okay with it, we are also okay with it.
Yeah, so Mr. Murthy, it will be approx, 12+1. So yeah, they can surely go for international VBA for second year.
They have to prove that they have the necessary credits, huh? It's
Yes,
like
of course, it should be mentioned in the
the
certificate.
yeah, because it has to be equivalent to the number of credits that the BBA International program also provides with them. I don't know. I think there are around 30 credits each year in the BBA International program, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, so they should have 30 credits in year one. Then they can be eligible to get admission in year two of BBA International. I hope that's clear.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Any other questions, Neil? Yeah, I think we had just, cleared all the queries and you had mentioned each and everything in the presentation. It was
Okay.
well defined, yeah.
Yes, well, I hope it's clear. If at all it's not, then yeah, feel free to reach out to Mali, and I'll be more than happy to resolve any queries or any doubts.
Sure, Parizad. And you can just share the presentation, once you're free, so I
Yes.
can pass it on to them.
Yeah, I will transfer the presentation to you. Also, one more thing which is not there in my presentation is our MSc International Hospitality Management program. That is also a program that we offer for 2 years, huh? I don't know, you're aware of this, Himali, right?
Yes, 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 right.
Yeah, for some reason it's in a separate presentation, and I forgot to show it to you. But yeah, just for your knowledge, it's a program that is offered at La Rochelle for 2 years. MSc International Hospitality. It's more tourism related. So if you have IIHM students or tourism students, then you can definitely guide them towards this program.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, all right then. Anything
Okay.
else?
Think everything.
Okay. All
Thank
right,
you
then
so
we
much,
can
Parizad.
end the session. You're most welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time and attention.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, Parizad. Have a
Welcome.
nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye.